Welcome to another edition of Merrill's Monday Morning Market Madness. As always, I'm going to start by taking a look at the month's supply of inventory, but I want to begin with an explanation of what it is for those of you who are watching this episode for the very first time. Month supply of inventory helps us look at it's basically a supply and demand metric. How fast are homes selling compared to how many homes are currently available? And we kind of play a game. If no new homes were to come on the market, how long would it take for everything that's currently available for sale to sell based on the amount of homes currently available? If that makes sense. A month's supply of inventory around 4 or higher is going to mean that we're in a buyer's market, and there's so many homes available for sale compared to how many homes are selling that we're going to see home values probably begin to fall, maybe slowly, unless the month's supply of inventory gets really high, like a 5 or a 6. Then home values might fall quickly. And then if the month's supply of inventory is below 4, then we're in a little bit more of a seller's market, and we're going to see home values rising primarily because there are so few homes available for sale compared to how many buyers are out there looking to buy. So right now in our entire MLS, which includes the entire Phoenix metro area, it also includes Casa Grande, and we even get a few listings here and there that are in places like Payson and even Flagstaff, although those areas have their own MLSs, so not all the listings in those areas are in our MLS. But right now there are 12,573 active listings. And in the past 30 days, we've had 6,732 close. So right now we have a month supply of inventory of 1.87, which is almost exactly where it's been. We've been sitting in the high ones for the last, couple of months. But the interesting thing about that is that December, January, February, those are the slower months. Not as many homes are selling. And usually historically, we've seen a month supply of inventory in the high 2s, maybe even low 3s this time of year. So sitting at a 1.87 is extremely low. And as we go into the heavy selling season where, in April, May, and June, where we see very high amounts of homes sell, I'm expecting that month supply of inventory to drop well below 1.5. And in some areas, it's already below 1.5. We did an analysis in previous episodes of the month supply of inventory in each city. And Gilbert, for example, already had a month supply of inventory of only 1. So we're seeing a very, very low, very, very big shortage of homes available for sale compared to how many homes are selling, which means that we are expecting home values to continue to increase, which is going to be important for something I talk about in the future. But most of the predictions that I've been seeing online are predicting home values will increase in the Phoenix metro area by an average of about 5% within the year 2020. Now, that will, there's obviously a lot of variables in that, from interest rates and the economy and geopolitical and, all sorts of things like that. But for me, having, been in real estate for the past 10 years, I've never seen the month supply of inventory this low before, and I'm expecting an even greater increase. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw 7 to 10% increase on average. Higher price points won't see that big of an increase. Lower price points might see even bigger of an increase. Now, one thing that I wanted to touch on was interest rates, because I do think that it's having an impact on the housing market right now. The average interest rate right now for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage is 3.99%, which historically is extremely low. You hear about people talking about in the 80s getting an interest rate at 18% and different things like that. But even over the last, 10 or 15 years, anything below 4 or 4.5 is a great rate. And, signs seem to point towards the fact that they're going to stay that low, for a while. I mean, no one has a crystal ball. We don't know for sure what's going to happen. But that means I don't anticipate interest rates are going to suddenly spike and cause a huge slowdown in the market. Lower interest rates help buyers be able to afford more house. Obviously, if interest rates were at 10%, then buyers wouldn't be able to afford as much of a house because of what the monthly payment would be. So, what does all of this mean for you if you're thinking about buying a home? That's what I really wanted to try to talk to you about today. So right now, the median sales price for a home in Maricopa County is $292,224. So let's assume that we just see what is expected, which, you know, a 5%, and I believe that's very conservative, but let's just say we see an expected 5% increase in that average over the year 2020. Then that means by the end of 2020, the median sales price should increase to $306,835. So what does that mean for you if you're a buyer? If you're thinking about buying a home, maybe you're on the fence about it and you're thinking, you know what, maybe I'll buy now or maybe I'll wait a year. I know that I talk to buyers like that all the time who think, you know what, maybe we'll just rent for a little while, get to know the area, or, you know, we don't want to rush into anything. So I wanted to help you understand what the cost of potentially waiting that one extra year is. So the average home price is going to go up by $14,611 over the next year. Now, if you're already a homeowner, by the way, that's really cool. It means that the equity that you're gaining in your house every single month, on average, is $1,217. But if you're a buyer and you don't buy now and you wait a year, that means you can buy the exact same house and spend an additional $14,000 for it. Now, if you're financing, then that means in terms of a monthly payment, your monthly payment is going to go up by $70 a month just because you waited 1 year. Now, here's the thing though, that's assuming interest rates hold steady at 3.99%. Let's just see, we see a minor increase up to 4.5% over the next year, which isn't unrealistic at all. Then your monthly payment would go up by $103.88 between now and a year from now. You know, and again, that's just assuming that rates climb by a little bit, and it's also assuming that home values only increase by 5%. I believe, you know, I'm not sure about interest rates. I think they'll probably hold steady, but I will not be even remotely surprised if average home prices increase by quite a bit more than 5%. So if you are thinking about buying a home, please talk to us. We would love to get you in a home sooner rather than later, because the longer you wait, the more money it's going to cost you. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. By the way, if you found this information helpful and you'd like to receive more of this kind of content, please like us on our Facebook page or subscribe to us on our YouTube channel.